Yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the second episode, Honestly Anxious Podcast, where we talk about everything from anxieties to personal lives to social events and topics. Whatever it is that comes across that we want to talk about, we'll talk about it. I'm here today with my good brother and friend Rex.
What
What's
up?
up, Rex?
What up?
All right, so before we get into it, I kind of want to talk about my recent anxiety that I had. It's a little story that I want to tell. Rex, if you got a story you want to tell, feel free to share it. Just before we get into what we want to talk about today. So, like I say, I had a Super Bowl event. I went to a Super Bowl event with my homie. We basically just went to a couple different places to watch the game. Had a great time, drinks, conversations, food. Ended up going to a bar after the game. I met this beautiful woman. Took her back to the crib. Did what adults do, and then that was it. And then the next day, I was talking to Rex in the morning on the phone about the day that just happened, and I realized I lost my debit card. And it reminded me of the moving training day because in a moving training day, it's like Denzel's character was setting up I think his name was Ethan Hawke. Was that his name?
Jake.
Or well, yeah, but the actor name was Ethan Hawke. But yeah, in the movie, I think his name was Jake.
Yeah.
He basically was setting him up the whole time, the whole day, from the very first moment in interaction. And just me losing my debit card it triggered me these anxious thoughts. I'm like, damn, I lost my debit card. Like, was I being set up? Was it, just these things, like, was because everything, the day was so great that I couldn't trust it. I couldn't believe it. Like, it had to be something that, oh, this wasn't really like, because, that's something like that almost never happened. I had a great day from top to bottom, and then I ended up having great sex with a beautiful chick that I just met at a bar. You know what I'm saying?
Sound like a movie.
Yeah, it sounds like no way. You feel me? But then at the same time, if they try to set me up, I don't think the girl would actually have sex with me. You know what I'm saying? Like she actually went through.
Yeah,
Like it
she would Cardi B drug you and take your stuff.
yeah, yeah,
She wouldn't go all the way through with it. Kiss you on your forehead or whatever and move over the
yeah,
line. Yeah.
yeah. So, but it just made me like, you just wonder, like, damn, I lost my debit card. Like, what else happened? Like, what else was going on? Like, I'm just always, I hate that I'm like that, but that's just a thing of my anxiety, just where my mind just jumps and goes to so many places. I can never truly, like, unless I'm drinking, like, I can kind of loosen up and enjoy it more. But even after the fact, like, I enjoyed the whole day in the moment. There was a couple moments, like, when I was a little bit more sober in the day, that I was having, like, anxious moments and little thoughts but that kind of built upon, like, they kind of laid the foundation for, like, after the fact. Because, like, when I was at the uncle house and I was just like, you just see I just see little people's movements and things. Like, but this one was on me. Like, I was at when we got to this uncle house, right? We was inside getting some food, getting some finger foods, and we went outside to the little patio where they had like a little TV out there, a little setup,
Yeah.
and we was all standing up because they kept telling me to make myself feel at home, grab whatever. They was like, "Oh, you with him? You good?" And then I was like, we was all standing up, and I was like, thinking to myself, like, oh, maybe I need to. They said, maybe I need to sit down. And as soon as I sat down, my homie sat down. So like, I don't know how you took that, but it was more like, because this take it from this perspective, right? We cool, right? But we still get it. We still don't know each other like that. And he's bringing me around his family. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think I'm a cool nigga, but you still don't know this nigga. So once I sat down, he sat down. I was like, okay, he's making himself comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm standing up, he got it because I'm still his guest. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's bringing me around these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like, you know, you
Nah,
get what I'm saying?
nah,
Oh,
I
okay,
don't
so
get
what's your
what you
perspective?
said. I don't get what you because I think this is just something, and I'm not saying this is a uniquely you thing, but my anxiety doesn't like manifest like that. Where I'm like, with me, it's always just me. I'll never look at anybody else. I never think anybody else is doing anything to me.
Mm,
It's always just me. It's always like
mm.
what I'm doing and whatever my being and body and my mind is doing is what's gonna lead me to turmoil. It's never anybody else. Like it's
Oh
never
no,
anybody else.
me is always it's always everybody else around me.
Yeah, see, nah, nah, I'm
Yes,
not
it's
like I'm
always
not, I'm not
I'm
like
always
that.
paying attention to everybody around me, their little ticks and mannerisms, like, and I'm always like over analyzing and trying to figure out what this little body slight movement of the shoulder meant, or like, like, I'll
Yeah,
be in my
nah,
head about shit like that.
yeah. See, I think I would go crazy if especially how I am and how deep I get in just myself. If I started analyzing other people too, oh man, oh shit, I'll be, you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
it's never about me. It's always about the like. Well, it's about me in a sense that I think it's all like
It's coming towards you.
conspiring. Yeah,
Yes,
it's coming towards me. but it's never like what I'm doing that makes me like. It's like what are they doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um,
And like with me, it's always like what actions am I going to take that may impact me? Like for instance, like for me, like I'm allergic to shellfish, and I had a bad reaction when I was younger, and that made me be wary of all foods in general. Just like I
mm,
just don't know if something's going to happen. So like for me, if somebody like if somebody just cooks something, it took me a long time just to eat other people's food besides in my family when I was at home. Like it took me a long time to get to that point. Even now, let's say I get something out of the store or somebody brings something from the store and it's in a packaging. I have to read every single ingredient in the on the thing to make sure I'm like it's just like little things like that. It's like never what other people do. It's always like what if I do this? How is that going to impact me? So I get anxious over shit like that. So
okay, okay. So today's episode is called "What If I Want to Save Her." So Rex, I'm gonna ask you a question.
yeah.
Should we save women?
Uh, should we? Probably not. But do we want to? All the
What if we
time.
want to? What if we
All the
want
time too.
to?
Oh, bro.
So okay, wait, hold on. It's a bunch of different questions I gotta ask off of. Like I can slice this a bunch of different ways. All right. So what does it mean to save a woman? And what are we saving her from?
I think
And why do we
that's
think we can save her?
I think that's up to the individual girl because everyone is being saved differently. But I think that in the moment you're not looking at it like I'm saving this person, but everyone else around you looks at it like that because it's never you that's like, oh, I'm trying to save this girl. It's never you never in that mindset like, oh, I'm trying to save her, I'm trying to protect her, I'm trying to get her out of the situation. It's never like that. In the moment, I don't know about you, but it's never been like I want to save this girl. It's just like I want to be there. You know what I'm saying? It's never
Mm,
like I want to save her. It's like I just want to be there. And like
mm,
people and like people outside of your life would be like, "Oh, you're trying to save her because she has this going on in her life, and you trying to blah 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 blah. You try to like protect her, or you trying to make sure she's good here." And it's like if you want to be in a relationship with somebody, these things fundamentally are like intrinsic. Like I want her to be happy in this situation. I want her to feel comfortable around me. You know, it's just things like that. But the issue comes when a girl is really damaged or like she is putting herself in situations she don't need to be in, and you're over extending yourself in order to make her like put her equilibrium back in balance. And I think that's where it comes to like niggas say you're saving her, but I don't actually think that anybody in the actual situation is thinking that they're saving that person. What about you? Do you think you're actually saving a girl in that situation, like
all
in a
right,
moment?
I'm gonna pivot because something you just said made me think of something. Do you think we're creating our own demons?
100%.
Mm. And what I mean, just for people that's listening, it's like, okay, the guys that are telling us don't save her, I feel like they're speaking from the experience of because they were the guys that tried to save a woman,
Yep.
right? And then the women that be like don't want to be saved is because they came into a situation where they wanted a man to save them and he let her down. So now they
Yep.
don't want to be saved. So it's like now we're just creating our own demons and now we're just being like we're just like we can never be the people that we want somebody else to be for us because we can't even be that
It's
ourselves.
it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like you don't save her, I don't want to be saved. And it's like, okay, so because I'm not gonna save you, you can't be saved, and because you can't be saved, you're gonna start doing all this other stuff that people don't like. You know what I mean? And because I can't save you, I'm hurting myself. It's like it's a repeating cycle because we automatically think this way. And I think that like, bro, we gotta I think honestly we gotta get out of the mindset of like, oh, I'm not gonna save this girl, or oh, they have these problems, or it's like, bro, everybody's different. I don't, bro, if you talk to an old couple or older couple or your parents that are together, they'll tell you all about how one of the other of them weren't like, all the way good at the moment. And it's like so like oh, I love Issa Rae. I love Insecure. It don't gotta make sense to anybody else but you. Cause at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day, guess what? Nobody else is living your goddamn life, man. Nobody else. So it's
Yeah,
like,
that's true. It's just like, all right, um, so what does it mean to like save a woman? I think it means to basically what that means is putting yourself in a vulnerable position to take care of her. because you may go out of your way to take care of her, and then she doesn't appreciate it, or she does you dirty in a certain way, or you know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, damn, if you didn't do that, this wouldn't happen to you.
But and I agree, and I think that something that we have to this is hard. Now this is hard to do. All right, this is you got to trust people.
Mm,
And I think that's a hard ask for a lot of people to like just intrinsically like, okay, I'm gonna put my trust, I'm gonna put my faith in this person. They're not gonna do me dirty. And guess what? Sometimes they're gonna do you dirty, but you gotta realize that all people are not like that, and it's just that person. Now it's like, can you mitigate some of those risks by looking at red flags and like looking at how a person acts before you try to step in and do this? Of course, but I think like people for so like people just like are so against the idea in general, they don't even make the attempt. And because people aren't making the attempt, nobody's getting saved. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes hell, men need saving, you know what I'm saying? Girls not
hmm
taking that risk too. So it's just like if
To me,
nobody's
I think women need to ask a lot more questions when
they
they're
do.
like dating these men. Like, you know, like just ask, and I don't mean like superficial questions like what's your job, how much you work. Like, I mean like to really know the person's integrity and what their mindset is. It can really be the process can really be eliminated through a very few simple questions. You can already know what type of person you're dealing with, what type of mindset they got by asking just a few simple questions. And then you can decide from there. You know what I'm saying? As far as what you want to do. But also
Yeah.
you also gotta let people show you what they're about. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody's saying they doing this and that and that and this, then let them show you that they'll do that. And you don't have to, if you just like I said, we say this all the time, you decide you want to have sex, you gotta hold yourself like you can't that person doesn't owe you anything or doesn't owe you to be a certain type of person just because you had sex with them. You
True.
had sex with them because unless it was some other reason, you most times out of 10, you wanted to have sex with them. You decided to. So you have to be like, okay, I decided to do that. Now, if you realize something isn't going like something about that person where you don't like or you don't vibe with anymore, and you could stop doing that. You could always stop doing whatever you're doing. Like let's say I'm being let's take sex out of it, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say I got a friend and I'm helping the friend out, right? Financially. And because I'm able to. But then I start noticing that the person is taking advantage of that. Like they just like they're not thinking of me. They just continue to come back and back and back. And it's like they're not offering anything to me. And it's just not that they have to, but it's like they're not even looking to, or it's not they're not going through certain courtesies or certain things that you would
Yeah.
expect of a person that's getting help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You like to me when I give somebody money, I always do it like this: you don't owe me anything. My thing is, I'm only doing this for you because I can, for one, and for two, I know what it's like to not have and have no, and I know what it's like to be like have that ego and pride of not wanting to ask anybody for money, and then when you finally feel comfortable in asking somebody for money, either they don't like help you, or it's like hella stipulations, or they act hella funny, and you be like, see, I'm never doing that again. I'd rather just suffer and bite my cheeks and you know what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
just and
Yeah.
dig it out. So I always be like, hey, I won't bring it up. I won't mention it. You don't owe me anything. Only thing that you can do for me is to show that you're really trying to get yourself back to where you're going to where you don't have to ask me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if I notice that you're not doing that, then all I have to do is just, okay, stop doing it.
Yeah. And I
That's
think
it. I don't like all of and before you go, all the things that I gave to you before, I don't consider that as a loss. It's something that I want to do for you. But once I realize that I'm not being appreciated or I'm being taken advantage of, and if I keep doing it after that point, then I'm taking a loss because I'm disservicing myself.
yeah, and I think a lot of people they like to hold things over people's heads. I don't get why, but they do. They like to hold something over somebody's head. They like to, you know what I mean? Like, I did this for you, so that means you got to do this for me. Or I did this for you, you got to feel less than me because I'm in a better situation than you. And I don't understand like where that comes from. And I think that's like when you pick any relationship, like whether it be friendship or it be a sexual relationship, whether it be a romantic relationship, you got to be careful about the people you dealing with and what they are going to hold over your head. You can test things out like little by little, like okay, do a little thing here and a little thing there and see how they react, and then slowly like get bigger and like see how they, because like the first time it happens, you should check that off and be like, okay, make a note of this. And usually I would say, but if they do it two or three more time, then you just completely cut them off because obviously they are a person that likes to hold things over people's heads, and I don't rock with that personally. Like I would never like throw some. I've had, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you have, but I've seen people throw stuff back in people's faces. I've never done it or had anyone do it to me, but like that's a shitty thing to do. Like to like have like for
I mean,
someone to
why?
be
It's like, why do it in the first place?
yeah, why do it in the first place if you're gonna throw it back in somebody's face or catch an attitude or that's why I was like like I'm just like you. If I've ever given somebody money, um, I've never been like hounding them. It's like, bro, whenever you can. Like if there is no time frame, there is no okay,
Because
I
to
need
me, it's
about it.
not even to me. It's not even like this. Is what I tell people. To me, it's like you. I tell them you don't owe me, and they be like, "Nah, nah, nah, I got you." I'll be like, "All right, if you want to give me money back, you can. But if you never do, I'm not gonna hold it against you because I'm never gonna. I think this is something my dad always told me. I'm never gonna give somebody that I can't afford to give.
Yeah, and I
If
think
I
people
can't afford, if I can't afford to give you $20, then I'm not gonna give you $20. Because then if I'm like, oh damn, I really need that $20, then why would I? You know what I'm saying? If I give you $40, if I give you $60, it's because I can afford to give you that $60 and not miss it. You know what I'm saying?
and what I think happens is, and this goes into the saving thing, it's like people overextend themselves and break themselves to give people something that they don't have. Don't ever
Mm-hmm.
do that. Don't ever
Mm-hmm.
give somebody your last just because you are friends with them. Like, yo, I don't got it right now, or when if I do get it, I help you out, but I just don't have it. Just be truthful. And if
Mm-hmm.
and that person gets mad at you for not being able to help them at that time, then that wasn't really your friend to begin with. It's like,
Yeah, and that's a person, and that's like, bro, one of my favorite, and it's one of my dad favorite things too. In a movie called A Bronx Tale. I don't know if you've seen it.
no, I haven't.
But it's about this mobster dude and this kid. This kid didn't snitch on the mobsters, and he's a kid, so the mobster dude embraced him into the family. But the kid's dad was like a regular working civilian metro bus driver, so they was always at odds. The mobster dude was like a dad to him, and his dad was his actual
Hold up, real
dad.
quick. Is this what Robert De Niro?
Yeah, Robert De Niro.
Okay.
So the one day as the boy got older, he was chasing around this dude around the neighborhood for $20, and then the mobster dude that was like a dad to him came and stopped him and was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" He's like, "He owes me money." He was like, "How much he owes you?" He's like, $20. He's like, "You chasing him around here for $20? You need to count yourself lucky. Now you got him out of your life for $20. Every time he see you, he's gonna go the other way." You know what I'm saying? So like that's a cheap expense you just made. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't got to worry about him
Yeah.
ever again in your life because he running because he don't want to because you owe him $20. He gonna come ask you for nothing no more because you know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. Like if somebody gets mad at you because you can't help them, then you just got them out. You just got somebody out of your life that wouldn't have been a valuable asset to your life.
Yeah.
Because now you know. Now if you keep choosing to interact with this person, then that's on you. That's another thing. Um, But yeah, I don't know. It's as far as like I remember the other day, like the other week at work, this girl had dropped some ice, and I like ran over to help her pick the ice up.
Yeah.
And then one of my coworkers like, "Damn, Captain Saber ho!" I'm like, "God damn, I can't help pick, I can't
Nope.
help her pick
Nope.
up some
She
ice.
got it
That's
herself, man.
crazy."
She got it herself, man. And since she asked
He
for
was
help,
like, they're like you, and every time the story was retold, it got worse. First, it was like, I hopped over, I skipped over, I ran. I was like, damn, the next time I'm gonna fly over there. Like, what's
yeah,
up?
you already know. That's why I'm like, bro. I remember when I was working at the airport, I would be really helpful. I would always help these women with things like that, and then I can't remember why, but something happened, and I was like, okay, I'm done doing this. Then I remember this is so messed up. This girl was having trouble get something from like a top area in the restaurant. And then like she was struggling and I'm looking at her struggling. And I was like, I could go over to help her, but you know what? I'm not. And then all the stuff fell. And then she was like, why didn't you help me? And I was like, why didn't you ask for help? Yeah, it sounded like a messed up thing, but I was like, bro, I'm tired of just help. Like, I need people just to ask for help. Like, it's okay to
Oh,
ask.
that's true. But see, this is because this is a conversation that we have all the time. Like, as far as like being who we are versus going out of our way. Me, I'm the type of person, I'm gonna open a door for a woman, whether she's old, young, attractive, unattractive. I'm open door for a woman. If I see a woman needing help, I'm gonna help her. That's just the way I was raised and brought up. My thing is just when it gets into personal relationships, and I realize the effort that I'm giving is not being received or not being put back, and I know I'm worthy of it being put back. That's when I'm like, okay, I kind of stop doing certain things because it's like it's certain things like you don't have to do. and it's like you're going out of your way to do it, and it's like, why would I? If I'm this for you and you're not that for me, that takes a lot of everything that we do takes energy and time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I'm thoughtful and yeah, I want to be helpful for other people, but at the same time, I still got to consider myself. Some of the realest shit somebody will say to you, but it sounds like it's just something that we say to everybody
Yeah.
is take care of yourself.
Yeah. For real.
Because it sounds like, oh, we all say that to everybody. Oh, yeah, just make sure you take care of it. But no, really, dog, you really got to take care of yourself because you're not a kid anymore. And you know what I'm saying? You can't depend on people to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? So you really got to take care of yourself because you really can't take care of nobody else if you're not taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
Emotionally, physically, financially, whatever it may be, you have to take care of yourself. So you can be the person that is taking care of people when they need it.
Yeah, and in that situation at work, I felt like I remember now. I felt like I was always helping people out. Nobody would help me, and I was overextending myself. And I was like, bro. And then I was like, bro, I'm doing this without them even having to ask me. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. I was like, okay, let's see when I just don't do it. It's like, bro, why didn't you just ask me?
Yeah,
Or
and
like,
I like that because I do be testing shit sometimes. Like I do that, like when I'm at work and my the other job that I hate. Like I'll go in, I'll speak to everybody first. The women there, I'll be like, hey, so how you doing? How's your day going? How you feeling? You know what I'm saying? Then I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna go in today and not speak to nobody. And then when I don't do that, it's oh, what's wrong with you? Why are you not? Because it becomes like an expectation of people for me to be that way.
yeah, I agree, and that's why I didn't do it that time. I was like, bro, y'all just expect me to bend over backward because I was actually in the middle of doing something, and I was like, bro, do you like I see it, but I'm like in the middle of doing something. I'm like, bro, just say, hey, I need some help. I'll stop what I'm doing to help somebody. I don't. That's not a problem. But it's like, bro, do you just expect me to do it? Like, is it just like a record? You know what I'm saying? It's a require. Like, it's not a requirement because that's not my job to help all y'all. It's to do my job and go home. That's my
Mm-hmm.
job. So, and,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that even in personal relationship, it's like, bro, because I had this thing where I would always call my friends at least 3 times to 4 times a week, right? This was in 2016, 2016 when after I graduated high school. I graduated 2015, and I would always call my friends, all of them, just like check in on them, do this, blah 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 blah. And then one day my phone broke, and I wasn't able to get another phone till like the next week, so I didn't have a phone, so I wasn't able to contact everybody. And I was like, just during that week, I was like, huh. I'm just relaxing. I'm not checking up on everybody. I'm not being the first one to call all the time. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And I was like, bro, I feel lighter. And after that,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, bro, like, and then people was like, yo, why you not calling? Or like, bro, I'm not like, I'm done doing that. Like, I'm just like, cause I just realized, bro, it's like, I don't need to talk to y'all all the time. Two, I have set it up to an expectation to where I'm always calling y'all, and y'all always like expecting me to call. I was like, bro, we're friends and all, but like I'm not about to keep emotionally overextending myself to keep talking to y'all.
But
When
see, and
I
that's why, because I want to talk to you about that. Like we talk about how, because me and you talk about often, like how much more communication needs to happen between everybody. But then
yeah,
also on the flip side of that, it's like sometimes we need to know where we need to not communicate.
yeah,
But before we get into that, I wanted to like further highlight on what you're saying. Like I got a friend that she's from Italy. She lives in the Netherlands, and we never met in person. We just met through YouTube and everything. And but and it's been like 2 or 3 years I think since we've been knowing each other, and we still talk to this day. And when I tell you she's like the shining example of what a friend actually is, like it's never like a game with her. Like she would genuinely check up on me out of nowhere and say, "Hey, yo, man, how you going? What's been going on? How things been?" Update me on her life, and I do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
it's just like I'm like, bro, this is how, and this is like a. I know we haven't actually met, so we can't really say about how the man and woman dynamic, but it's like this is how it should be. Like there's no like I fuck with you, you fuck with me, enough to the point where we want to keep in contact, and we just keep in contact. We don't talk to each other. Like it was a point where we was talking every day, but things change in life. She got a house now. I'm moving things. Different things change, but we still make that effort to keep in contact. You know what I'm saying? And we talk, and we'll have like real conversations, and then we might not hear from each other for a couple weeks, but then one of us will reach out. And I'm not saying I'm putting that same expectation on everybody that I deal with, but it's like the people that do that, I need to put more value into them versus the people who are not doing that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, you're doing that. Okay, this is what I want. So I'm gonna go put more value into you versus trying to hassle or trying to figure out why this person that I'm really fuck with is not responding to me or is not giving that same time, no matter how much I care about them. You know what I'm saying? Like I even told my childhood best friend, I'm like, yo, I fuck with you. I'm gonna fuck with you forever. But you, if all this keep not calling this shit, I'm gonna just let you. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna let you know. Like I'm gonna let you because I fuck with you, so I'm gonna let you know. So when it happens, you ain't got to worry about what you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Yeah.
not mad at you. I'm not holding it against you, but I'm not going to be steady like trying to check up on you and see what's going on. If it's like, yeah, you can tell me you bad at doing this and you got okay, fine, but you gotta do better.
Yeah, and I don't like the the excuses like, "Oh, I'm bad at texting." I'm bad. It's like, bro, for somebody, if you really care about anything or anybody, you will make the effort to do anything. Just say that you are bad at texting for me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I hate that excuse. Like, oh, I'm bad at like. It's like, what do you mean you're bad at texting? It's you bad at saying hello, how are you? What the fuck? Like
Mm.
that's not that hard, bro. It's so stupid. It's such a stupid reason to not communicate with somebody or to not tell somebody something. It's like, oh, I'm bad at having a 5 sentence conversation. It's like that's all texting is. Sometimes it's a 5 sentence conversation for what? If we do this rapid fire, this is what 3 minutes at most. It's like, bro, it's like I'm at the point in my life where I don't accept those excuses anymore. It's like, bro, okay, just say you don't want to communicate with me. Don't say you're bad at texting. Just say what's real. Say you don't want to talk to me. That's cool. It's not gonna hurt my
and that and
feelings.
that and that says, well, it may hurt my feelings,
Oh, it may hurt my feelings, but let me
but
know.
sometimes
I would like to
our
know.
feeling, but sometimes your feelings being hurt can be some of the best things that can happen to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
Because then if you're mature, you learn how to process okay, recognizing, okay, I'm not just gonna ignore that my feelings are hurt. Accept that my feelings are hurt. Try to understand why my feelings are hurt. And then get past or move on from my feelings being hurt and kind of renew and refresh.
and
But I
also
wanted to ask you, oh, no, no,
uh,
no, no, no.
I'm saying also like when your feelings get hurt, you can see, okay, do I want to continue dealing with this and my feelings been hurt like this, or do I
Oh,
want to
what
move on?
and was this person even worth hurting my feelings? Like allowing this
Yeah,
person, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me?
yeah,
But you said, you can't ignore your feelings. Like whether the person is worth it or not, if your feelings are hurt, your feelings are hurt. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So you do got to process that. But let's jump back to when to not communicate.
Um, this is a hard one because for me personally, because I'm Mr. Communicate. Like I was just talking to my best friend last night, and she was, we were just talking about life, and we was talking about how she has trust issues, and
Mm,
she has trouble. She has a boyfriend right now. She has trouble just letting him take care of her, right?
mhm,
And I would just let her know, like, yo, you shouldn't feel so bad about that because everybody has things they're working on with themselves. You just, as long as you're actively trying to fix it, you know what I mean? Everybody has their things. Everybody grew up differently. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? And I was
mhm,
letting her know that my thing is the thing that I have trouble with, and I'm trying to fix it, but shit, is I'm bad at not at learning to shut up. I don't know how to
mm,
shut up. Like let's say that me and you get into an argument, right?
mhm.
And some people want to be like, yo, all right, let's just back away, let's stop. I'm not like that. I'm like, yo, let's keep talking. Let's keep this argument. We don't gotta be arguing. Let's keep this talking going until we resolve it. Because I feel like if we able to get all our emotions out, what we feel, what's going on, and then like, let's say that me and you are talking in a circle, and it's like, but like until we figure out where the disagreement lies, I feel like we should keep talking.
Well,
And
see,
that's
and I'm big on because that's just recently. I'm big on let's stop because if we're talking in circles for an extended amount of time, like, bro, this is I'm my energy's being exhausted. We need to stop this, and maybe we need to revisit this later because maybe we're not in the right conditions right now to hear each other or figure out the solution. So keeping talking may not help. It may further, aggravate the situation.
yeah, and
So
see, and
that's why I'm in it. Like I used to be on the like not more so just not want to finish the argument until it's done or get the last word. But now it's like as I'm growing and getting older, it's like, bro, that stuff is not beneficial to my mindset. And I wanted to change that. Like, but once I realize I'm getting in a circle talking argument, I'm like, all right, let's stop.
Yeah, and with me, it's not even about getting the last word or feeling like I got the one up. It's like, bro, no, like I want to find the resolution. Like I legitimately, and I was telling her this. It's like, bro, I don't. And everybody doesn't have this ability. I have the unique ability to look outside of myself in an argument and look down at the situation and keep talking about it. Like I'm there, but I'm not there. I'm looking at what they're saying. I'm looking at what I'm saying. I'm comparing the two things, and I can do this for hours, right? I could literally do this for hours. And at the end of that conversation, I can go back I can neutralize all my feelings and emotions about that conversation and be normal again. A lot of people can't do that, but I can. And I be wanting to do that with everybody because I feel like that's a great, I don't know, to me it feels like a great way to resolve everything because like I don't want shit to fester. I don't want things to like go to be thinking about too long because I can talk and my thoughts are quick and I can spit it out just like that. But I realize that everybody's not like that. And it's something I gotta work on, but it's like it's hard when I feel like communication and communicating until you figure it out is like a right thing to do. But
For me, the time to not communicate is when you've already communicated.
you mean?
When you've communicated, over communicated a bit, and things are still you're still not that the things that we talked about you're still not seeing changing or happening, then that's when there's that's the time to stop communicating.
Okay, so you're saying that once you have a conversation and things have been acknowledged, and after a period of time it's still not being changed, that's when you want to start communicating.
That's when you stop communicating.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I
Mm-hmm.
agree. Like there's
Yes.
I think like another time to stop communicating is when they have shown you. Like even if you haven't had the conversation, what if they just repeatedly shown you something? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like at
Yeah,
some
and I
point.
but see, I used to be heavy on that, like, but people can't read your minds too, because like people are. This is what I'm learning, and I'm trying to give people more grace in that area. Like my thing is now is I try to give people as much reasonable grace as I feel like I would want, and then once they go out of that, it's like okay, now I'm gonna let it go. But it's like people are not like me. So when somebody repeatedly show me something, they may not even know what they're doing. They can't read my mind. So that's why I got to the point now. Is like I'm gonna communicate that to you if I care about you enough or value you enough. I'm gonna communicate that to you. And if you still don't change that, then that's when I don't communicate.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, but also I think that this our society has made a habit of not communicating at all. I think it's just so common for people like, oh, I'm just gonna ghost this person. Oh, we're just not gonna talk until we fall out. It's like, bro, that's so normal. How many times I hear people be like, yo, well, if they think they got one up on me, I'm just not gonna communicate even harder. It's like, bro, what?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, bro, like I feel like, bro, a simple conversation can solve a lot of issues. Like for most things in life, a simple conversation and comprehending and understanding what somebody's saying and actively listening. Like if you do all of those things and have a conversation with somebody and y'all both are putting your best foot forward, I think most things in life could be resolved. Like I really do. Like I don't know if you feel that way, but I feel like most issues, if like both people are making an honest effort to like get to a resolution and to understand each other, most things are easy to resolve. And of course, there are your outliers or your things that just are unresolvable. But most times, people don't even want to have the conversation to begin with.
I
So
feel like a lot of it is coming is because people are scared of making the wrong choices, especially when you've come to a similar crossroads again and
yes,
again.
yes.
You know, because like for me, right, personally, right, like my thing is like me knowing not when to not text somebody. Because sometimes I'll be like, because I feel like one of the scariest things you can say is these two words. We said it before. Fuck it.
Oh my, I love those words.
I love and hate them. I love and hate them.
I love
Fuck it.
it. Yeah,
Fuck it. Because you can, cause once you say fuck it, it's fuck it. You just put, I'm gonna just do it. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
just do anything. Yeah, it's just like
But
let's.
my thing is like, all right, so I be trying to know when not to text somebody, when should I just leave it. And it's weird, right? Because I had, you know about the one night stand I had, right? We had a
Yeah.
great time, it was a great thing. I don't know nothing about it. She don't know nothing about me really. And we was talking the next day. It seemed like we was like, okay, she was talking, then she just went ghost out of nowhere. So my first mind was like, okay, I should just leave it. but then I'm trying to also fight this urge of trying to convince myself where it's okay for me to text her one more time.
Yeah, and I think that, but I think that we have created a culture where being
'Cause I like in my mind, I'm like, okay, if she seen my text delivered. If she wanted to text me, she would text me. But then, oh, let's say I convince myself to text her and then it goes green. Then I'm gonna be mad. You know, I'm gonna be like, I should have never texted her. You feel me?
yeah,
You know?
but I think we've created a culture where putting your feelings forward, or like whether it be like a relationship or a friendship, or just making that move is seen as bad, like, or seen as like, oh, you doing too much, like, you know what I'm saying? Because what I don't get about like this, you're doing too much, is like, but everyone else wants that reciprocation. Everybody wants to feel, you know what I'm saying? On the
Mm-hmm.
opposite end, everybody wants that person to text them.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to speak to this person. Everybody want to do this, want to do that. But everybody also have the mindset that I'm doing too much. It's
Mm-hmm.
like if everybody just got rid of that, everybody would be like, you know what I'm saying? Just text. Sometimes people don't see it. Double text. Maybe they'll see the next. Because there's been some times where I literally don't see a message. Then I get another message. I was like, oh, snap. How did I not hear that first one? You know what I'm saying? It's just little things like that. And everybody goes through it. Sometimes people go through their whole day without looking at their phone. Sometimes because they're so busy. I'm not saying this all the time, and I'm not saying this is often. But sometimes they do. And sometimes a quick reminder, it's like, oh, snap. It's just like I just feel like we have gotten too used to playing these games.
Should I text her hey right now for content?
You should see what it does. See what it
See what
do,
it
man.
do?
See what it do. See what it
See if it
do.
goes green.
Cause I mean, what's the word? Cause I always think like, what's the worst that can happen for me texting this person? You know what I'm saying? Or messaging this person, or saying how I feel about this person.
Oh,
Or
it didn't go green. It delivered. It delivered.
well,
I'm cool
see,
with that. I'm cool with that. Even if she don't respond, at least he didn't block me. All right. So we'll let that,
she
let
had.
that go.
I never thought she had a reason to block you. There wasn't even no
Yeah, but
mama.
maybe it could just be like, hey, I don't, babe, all right, we was a one night stand, so let me
I,
just delete whatever. You never know.
yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
like it's my
yeah,
anxiety.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
but I'm not doing another text after this. I'm sorry. That's my
Well,
limit.
yeah, yeah. There. But again, that goes to what I was saying about overextending. Like, there's a
Yeah.
limit. There's a limit to what you can do. But some people don't even want to do the first thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to be like, "Hey, how you doing?" They be like, I'm gonna let them message me first." And then meanwhile, the other person be like, "Well, I'm gonna let them message me first." And now y'all at a standstill, and nobody's making any progress. It's like, oh, well,
Mm-hmm.
I guess we're just not messaging each other then.
All right, so let's get to some because before we, get to winding this down, I want to get to a little social topic that me and Rick talked about.
Yeah.
So Ruby Rose and DDG, two people I actually like individually. I
I don't
liked.
I don't know who Ruby Rose is. As
That's
a No, no,
crazy.
no, no, let me rephrase it. I know who Ruby Rose is, of course. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
know I know of Ruby Rose, but I don't know what she does, like what made her famous. Like, I just know she looks good. I know she's a pretty woman. That's all I know about her.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know.
Um, she's in a Bad and Bougie video. She's one of the girls, like the main girls in the Bad and Bougie video.
Oh my God, you're right. I just
Mm-hmm.
I just literally had that thought. I literally just thought back to the video. You're right, that is her. Holy
Mm-hmm. That's where
sh!
she kind of got like she was kind of popular in Atlanta already, but like from that video, and then she kind of got more, and then she got into music, and Cardi B shouted her out because Cardi B fucked with her voice and her music, and then she kind of went up from there too.
Okay, so she raps.
Yeah, she raps, and she has
Okay.
one of the best rap voices I've ever heard, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, so and DDG, he's also a rapper, but he started off as a YouTuber, and he kind of transformed into a rapper. And he's a talented artist. Like he's a very good artist.
And and
They're
and,
both very good artists in my opinion. But they
and
was in a relationship. It didn't work out. Ruby Rose is notoriously known for having like choosing the wrong men and men kind of dogging her publicly through the internet or whatever. So they didn't work out, and DDG ends up dating Haley Bailey from Haley and Chloe. I don't know if you know them.
yeah,
These
of
two
course.
singers that
Yo,
Beyonce
yo,
signed.
yo. Of course, I know who Chloe and Haley is. I just didn't know. I know everybody in this situation but Ruby Rose. Okay.
So apparently, I didn't know this, but apparently Haley and DDG were going through some problems, and DDG was trying to fix it, and then Ruby Rose ended up putting some DMs up of DDG trying to like contact her, um, trying to hit her up and trying to, talk to her again. And then she quoted one of her lines from her song where she's like, uh, he's saying it's over again, but he coming right back. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
putting that out there, like trying to say, like, this is real life type shit. And then he was like, he got on stream. He's like, man, I hate this bitch. I hate this bitch. But it's like, what do we want to pull from this? What was it that we wanted to pull from this?
like this is me. All right, this I don't know where you want to go with it, but this is how I feel. I saw a lot of women being like, "Yo, these two beautiful women are over here fighting, and let's not forget this all because of a man. Blah 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 blah. This man, this man, this man. Yo, I'll bump all that noise. DDG, you, your jersey going in the Raptors. Haley Bailey and Ruby Rose, boy, my
Yeah, that's
nigga,
one way to look at it. Yeah,
that
that's
my,
one way to look at it.
bro, it's like. Uh, Instead of looking at DDG, look at what's wrong with Ruby Rose and Haley Bailey, bro. What makes
Mm-hmm.
y'all both like? What makes DDG so great that y'all both are willing to? Because I don't even look. Here's the thing: we don't even know if it's true that DDG did anything wrong with Ruby Rose. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
we can speculate, but she could have been lying for all we know, just to stir up. You know how I know some girls that are vindictive like that. They are willing to sabotage a relationship because they see a nigga too happy.
Mm-hmm.
It happens all the time. Like niggas can't tell me they don't know a girl that's literally done that. Whereas like they'll call a nigga or they'll sound sexual on the phone and they next to the or you know what I'm saying? It's like bro, it happens all the time. So I don't know if DDG has done anything wrong, but
No,
Haley
but I
Bay.
seen the DMs. I seen the DMs. He was like, it was like trying to like, hey yo, what's good?
But we don't
I
even
don't
know
know
what
if
it.
they were
Hold
real
on,
or
hold on,
not, but
hold on. Let's assume they are real. What time frame is that from? We don't have a date or nothing.
no, she did it on Twitter this week, so it was like a recent thing.
No, what I'm saying is the original DMs. We don't know when they are from.
Let me look him up.
There's no date on them.
You seen him?
Well, the DMs I've seen the whole incident, but I'm saying I don't know, like, for example, I can pull a DM for me and you, and
Oh no,
there
it said Tuesday, so it was saying like that week that she did it.
you got the DM says Tuesday.
Yeah, it says Tuesday. Because if it
Uh,
was old, it would have said a date.
Not
It said
necessarily.
Tuesday.
You could cut out
No,
that.
necessarily. No.
No, I'm talking when you
I'm
screenshot
saying
it, you
if
could
you
cut
did,
it out.
but I'm saying if you don't, but she didn't cut it out. But I'm saying if you don't cut it out, if
So,
it'll show you the date. You know what I'm saying?
so
So it says Tuesday,
that was Tuesday before the Super Bowl.
Tuesday, whatever the week that she posted it.
Yeah, so that was before the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. And
So,
she captioned it with "This is why I'm single."
yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. I hate her too. No way. Ain't no way, boy.
Sometimes you gotta stay with your sisters in arm, man. Like these niggas ain't shit.
Man, let me.
They be
Yo,
they be all on Instagram seeing how happy they are in a relationship.
let me. Yo, you know what? If I'm texting you this, just let me text you this, man.
Yeah, he said you still in LA. Yeah, where you at? Getting ready. How about you? You hitting me the day y'all argue is so you. LOL. LOL. You right. Let me go heal first. But to me also the way that she you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
The way that she texted that was like almost like she was still fuck him again. I could be wrong though.
Oh no, 100%, 100%. You like here's my thing. If she didn't like him, she would have never did all this.
Mm-hmm.
She would have just if she really cared about Haley and her feelings as another woman, she would have just texted her privately and be like, "Yo, handle this nigga because he's still texting me. We're broken up, and I don't want him to do what you did to me or whatever thing she was gonna say. You know what I'm saying? But she
Mm-hmm.
didn't do that. She said, "Yo, I like this nigga. He's still with that girl that I don't like. Cause why you with my man? You know what I'm
Or not
saying?
even that she don't like him, is that she probably likes her and thinks that she's good for him, and that's why she don't like her. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Or yeah, or that. Yeah, it's like and this nigga, bro. I don't know how you fumbled a head. Well, I've been saying everyone on Twitter being like, "Yo, her mentor is Beyonce," so you know how that goes.
That's crazy.
You know, it's like, bro, it's like, cause did he have sex with her? Probably not. But was he emotionally cheating on her? A little bit.
Yeah,
But th-
if she would have said, let's meet up right now, they would have met up most likely, and he would have smashed if she was down for it.
but he didn't though.
Well, that's because she curved it.
Yeah, but he did it. So,
Yeah, but she's cause she curved it, nigga. That's cause she curved it.
man, look at the Captain Save a hoe. Always want to be on the girl side, man. Just
I'm on the side of what's real, man. I'm on the side of what really that's what really happened.
that
And I'm
is.
a nigga, I know. I'm a nigga, I know. When she hit her with that look at you. You hitting me on the day y'all argue is crazy. That's a red flag already. Let me backpedal out of this and say, yeah, let me go heal first. Let me backpedal out because she already showed me a red flag by saying that. So let me backpedal out of this and try to save as much damage on me as I possibly can.
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
he could actually push that further too. She probably would have been down with it too.
yeah. But then when he backpedaled out of it, she probably decided to do her thing. Like, oh, okay, he backpedaled out.
Yeah,
Let me put him on blast type shit.
that's crazy. That is actually that's like I don't see how you like I don't know their personal relationship, but I feel like if you're gonna as a celebrity, this is me personally, as a celebrity, if you're gonna cheat, you gotta
Mm-hmm.
cheat with a girl that you know is not gonna say a damn thing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And from Ruby Rose's history, I don't know, but just what people have I've seen on there, it seems like she is the type of person to do this.
That's my thing though, because not even cheating. Like I'm dating, so like if I'm talking to a girl and there's other girls around that they not friends, but they associate with each other, and I want to talk to one of them other people, I'd be very careful if I even approach that girl because I got to make sure that for one, the girl that I'm with ain't that I'm talking to isn't talking too much about me. And then I got to make sure if I talk to this girl, she can be able to keep her lid down. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise, you're gonna have a problem. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta be.
Y-
You can't just be jumping out there and shooting.
Yeah, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, I would have like let's say if you wanted to cheat, bro, you gotta be more smart than that. Ruby Rose, my
You
nigga,
know,
look,
that's the older ex.
that's your ex too. Like what?
All right.
Oh,
So
go ahead.
to end things, you ready to end things?
Oh yeah, sure.
I feel like we had a great little convo. I feel like it's a good spot to end it. But I want to ask you: is there anything you want to change or anything you want to try coming up over the next week or so?
Change
Or
or
the next
try.
month. Yeah, it can be either
Um.
or both. It can be either or both.
I wanna something I've been wanting to do is just like try. You say it's something you want to try, right? I want to try making some ramen. Like not like just ramen that you get out of the pack. I want to make authentic ramen where like I cook it the broth overnight and I get the bones and I do all that. If anybody doesn't know, I love to cook and that's one of my things that like gives me peace in life. So like
Mm-hmm.
I want to try making ramen and I want to see like I want to try because it's a very complicated dish and I just want to see if I can do it. And that's just something I want to try and learn how to do it. And if I mess up, I mess up. But like I love cooking, so this is something I do want to try. What about you?
I was just reading this book I'm reading and it said something that I think I might want to try. I think I'm gonna look into it after we finish this podcast. I want to look into doing improv classes.
Improv?
Hmm.
Why do you want to do improv?
I just want to try. I feel like it'd be fun. I get to meet new people, and I feel like I'd be good at it.
I've seen a lot of improv like plays and stuff like that, or like I've seen like movies with it, and it looks fun. Like I think I'll have fun doing it too. Like that's something that yeah, dude, that sounds fun. Would you go? You plan on doing it by yourself?
No classes. Like I want a group of people. Like I want to say
No,
like a
no, no.
beginner
What I'm
class.
no, that's not what I'm asking you. Are you planning on doing it like the classes and stuff by yourself? Like,
Oh yeah, just me. I'm gonna just go. I don't plan on going with nobody. I plan on meeting people there and doing it with the
oh,
people
okay.
that's there.
That's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
that's dope. That's a very that's a very LA thing to do, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds like something that you would see in a movie. I'm going to an improv class. It's like what?
Yeah, I want
Nigga,
to try because my thing this year is I want to have fun. I want to try new things, and I'm like, you know what? Like, and it's not necessarily just like, oh, that's I'm gonna just lean heavy into dating, or I'm gonna just
yeah,
lean heavy into going out to parties. Like, no, like I want to do stuff personally on my own too. Like, yo, an improv class or a cooking class. I might even try yoga because I never thought I would ever do that. So let me do it and see. And if I don't like it, I just did it one time. Hey, I tried yoga. You know what I'm saying? So
man, you definitely need to do that cooking class.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I definitely do. I
You
definitely do.
man, and if you need some pointers, man, I got you, man. I got
Yeah, I just
you.
need to. I need to buy some pot and pans. That's the one thing that's holding me back, and I'm gonna do that soon. Once I buy some pot and pans, and I just need to know which pot and pans I need to buy, just the basic ones, and then I'm gonna start cooking.
Yeah,
Start
man.
trying. I want to try. The first thing I'm gonna try to make is spaghetti because that's my favorite food. So I'm gonna try to learn how to make that first, even though it's like this, simple as shit. But yeah, let's not drag on. We can talk about this after, man. Thank y'all for episode 2. Coming out to episode 2. Rex, anything you want to leave them with before we get out of here?
Yo, love yourselves, man. Please do, cause it's hard out here, man. If nobody else gonna love you, sometimes you gotta love yourself.
I agree. Until
Uh,
next time. Peace.
peace.